Dive right into the world of smartphone photography with us as we compare the camera specifications of the Samsung Galaxy A55 and the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE. Both devices boast a main camera of 50 megapixels with an f1, 8 aperture and optical image stabilization promising sharp and stable images. On the ultra-wide front, both phones offer a 12 megapixel sensor with an f2, 2 aperture ideal for those expansive landscape shots. However, there are some differences. The A55 features a 5 megapixel macro camera for close-ups, while the S23 FE offers a 3x zoom telephoto lens at 8 megapixels. As for the selfie lovers, the A55 flaunts a 32 megapixel front camera, whereas the S23 FE offers a 10 megapixel one. When it comes to video recording, both devices can shoot in 4K, but the S23 FE takes the lead with an option of 60 frames per second. With these specs in mind, let's explore how these cameras perform in various scenarios. Kick things off with a look at the main cameras of both phones. On paper, both the Samsung Galaxy A55 and the S23 FE sport a 50 megapixel primary shooter with an f1, 8 aperture and optical image stabilization. But what does this mean in real-world performance? Well, the main cameras of both devices capture images that are rich in detail. However, the S23 FE edges out its sibling when it comes to color accuracy. It presents colors that are true to life, while the A55 tends to saturate the colors a bit more, making them pop. In terms of sharpness and detail capture, it's a close call. Both cameras do an excellent job of preserving details, even in challenging lighting conditions. The A55 might produce slightly softer images, but it's hardly noticeable unless you're pixel peeping. The main camera test reveals some interesting differences. But let's not stop here. Now shift our focus to the ultra-wide cameras. Both the Samsung Galaxy A55 and the S23 FE sport a 12 megapixel f2 ultra-wide camera. The ultra-wide camera, as the name suggests, provides a broader field of view, letting you capture more of the scene in a single shot. When it comes to distortion control, both phones do a commendable job. The lens distortion around the edges, a common issue with ultra-wide cameras, is well managed, providing clean, crisp images. As for the field of view, the S23 FE edges out the A55 slightly, providing a slightly wider perspective. This means you can fit a little more into your photos without stepping back. Image quality is another crucial aspect. Both phones deliver excellent image quality under good lighting conditions. The colors are vibrant, the details are sharp, and the dynamic range is well balanced. The ultra-wide cameras bring a new perspective, but how about getting up close? Delve into the details with the macro cameras and see things from afar with the zoom. Now let's focus on the Galaxy A55 and S23 FE's macro and zoom capabilities. The 5 megapixel macro camera on the A55 is quite impressive. It allows you to capture close-up shots with incredible detail. From the intricate patterns on a butterfly's wings to the delicate veins of a leaf, the A55's macro camera captures it all with precision. On the other hand, the S23 FE doesn't have a dedicated macro camera. However, it compensates with a telephoto lens providing 3x zoom. From a distance, you can capture clear, detailed images without losing quality. The S23 FE ensures that you don't miss out on those far-off subjects. Comparing the two, the A55 excels in macro photography, while the S23 FE shines in zoom shots. Both phones bring different strengths to the table, catering to various photographic needs. Macro and zoom capabilities can truly enhance a photo. Now let's turn the lens around. Time to bring ourselves into the frame with the selfie cameras. The Samsung Galaxy A55 boasts a front camera of 32 megapixels with an aperture of f2, promising crisp, clear selfies. On the other hand, the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE comes with a 10 megapixel front camera with an aperture of f2, slightly lower in resolution, but don't let numbers fool you. In terms of skin tone accuracy, both phones do a commendable job. They capture a range of complexions with lifelike accuracy, keeping the saturation level in check. The S23 FE, however, has a slight edge when it comes to the detail capture. It brings out the minutiae in your expressions, making your selfies look more natural and true to life. The overall image quality is impressive on both phones, with vibrant colors and good dynamic range. So, whether you're a selfie connoisseur or just enjoy the occasional snapshot, both these phones have got you covered. Selfie cameras can make or break a social media post. But how do these phones perform when the lights go down? Explore photography after dark with the night mode. The Samsung Galaxy A55 and the S23 FE both sport a night mode that promises to shine a light on your low-light photography. Let's see how they perform. The night mode on both devices does an admirable job at capturing scenes in low-light conditions. They manage to extract ample light to reveal details that might otherwise be lost in the shadows. The A55, with its 50MP main camera, remarkably reduces noise and grain, delivering sharp images with excellent clarity. On the other hand, the S23 FE, with its identical main camera, takes it up a notch. Its night mode enhances image clarity and controls noise even better. The images are brighter, with more details and less grain. However, the real difference lies in how these cameras handle color reproduction in the dark. The S23 FE tends to preserve more natural colors, while the A55 leans towards a slightly warmer tone. Night mode can open up a whole new world of photography, but how do these cameras capture movement? Hit record and start rolling with the video recording capabilities. Let's dive into the world of moving images, where every frame counts. The Samsung Galaxy A55 shoots video at 4,000 pixels at 30 frames per second and at full HD at both 30 and 60 frames per second. It's a solid performer with smooth stabilization and clear audio capture. Now let's switch to the Galaxy S23 FE. This device steps it up a notch, offering video recording at 4,000 pixels not only at 30 but also at 60 frames per second. And it doesn't stop there. It also provides full HD recording at 30, 60, and even a whopping 120 frames per second. Talk about slow motion goodness. As for stabilization, it's as smooth as butter, and the audio recording is crystal clear. So, whether you're capturing a serene sunset or an exciting sports event, these devices have got you covered. The video recording capabilities of these phones can turn anyone into a filmmaker. Having explored each feature, it's time to bring it all together. We've conducted a detailed comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A55 and the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE cameras, highlighting the strengths and weaknesses of each device. Starting with the main cameras, both phones sport a 50-megapixel sensor, delivering high-resolution photos that are rich in detail. However, the S23 FE edges out the A55 in terms of color accuracy and low-light performance thanks to its optical image stabilization. When it comes to the ultra-wide cameras, both phones deliver a similar 12-megapixel output. Although the A55 holds its own, the S23 FE once again takes the lead with slightly better dynamic range and distortion control. The S23 FE also has a telephoto lens, offering 3 times optical zoom, a feature absent in the A55. Meanwhile, the A55 comes equipped with a 5-megapixel macro camera, allowing for detailed close-up shots. As for the selfie cameras, the A55 has a higher resolution, boasting a 32-megapixel front camera compared to the S23 FE's 10-megapixel one. This results in sharper selfies on the A55, especially in good lighting conditions. In night mode, both devices perform admirably, but the S23 FE's superior low-light capabilities give it an edge, producing brighter and clearer images. The video recording capabilities of these smartphones are also noteworthy. While both can record in 4K, the S23 FE offers more frame rate options, including 60 frames per second at 4K and a super slow motion 120 frames per second at 1080p, providing more flexibility for video enthusiasts. In conclusion, both the Samsung Galaxy A55 and the S23 FE offer impressive camera capabilities, with the S23 FE slightly outperforming the A55 in most areas. However, the A55 shines with its high-resolution front camera and macro photography. Ultimately, the choice between these two devices comes down to your specific photography needs and preferences. No matter which phone you choose, remember that the best camera is the one you have with you. Until next time.